Hey guys, welcome to FJX 2000 Productions. Today we're going to be doing a video a little different than my regular off-roading videos. We're going to be looking at some model trains, and specifically we're going to look at replacing the speakers on this Bachmann Shay. This Shay is one that I got a few years ago, and when I first got it, it had the typical Bachmann split gears on the drivetrain. All the little parts right in here along this drive line, the gears that interact with the axles had all split, and only 2 out of the 6 sets of wheels were actually being driven by the drive shaft. It's pretty cool, these models. They are actually driven by this drive line that goes along the side. It's not really just for show, it's actually practical. And only the front 2 wheels or something like that were actually working. So luckily Bachmann sells replacement gears for the side, and I was able to replace all of this, and now it actually pulls well and works on all of its axles. I also added some other goodies to it in the time that I've owned it. One of the things that I upgraded it with was a Soundtraxx Economy for the short-lived time that they had that. I probably would have just done a Tsunami 2 nowadays, but when they had the Economy, I figured why not give it a try. So this has the Economy equipped in there. And I bought this used off of eBay, and for some reason it was missing the coal load. It came with the oil bunker, but not the coal load. So this is actually a coal load that I made myself. You can kind of see it's just this piece of foam that's like painted black with some coal stuck to it, actual coal. And that's where the speaker is, underneath there. And today's project on it is we're going to replace it with some of these Soundtraxx Mini Cube Speakers. I like to call them Sugar Cube speakers, but this is just their Mini Cube speaker. These are the Mini Cube 1 speakers, not the Mini Cube 2. The Mini Cube 2, I believe, is smaller than these are. But these two, according to my measurements, should fit right in there in the coal bin, in the coal bunker. I had this speaker in there. If I can take it out, I will, and I'll show it to you guys, but it doesn't sound that great. Here, let me show you what it sounds like. Alright, I have the power on to the track, so that way we can test this. Here's the whistle. And all that sound is coming up through the coal load there that I have. There's some holes in it, but it's foam, so it kind of dampens that sound, but the sound still gets out pretty good. We have the bell. And those all sound great, and so does the dynamo. One of the other upgrades I did to this was I replaced the headlight with a nice bright bulb instead of what it used to come with. That thing was terrible before, and now it looks great. So the dynamo sound, that all sounds good, and all the sounds, they work together. But it's when it starts chuffing that it just sounds so bad. And here I'll run it in reverse. Listen to that chuff again. So I don't know about you guys, but it just doesn't sound that clear. Once it gets going, it just sounds really muggled and not so good. It's just really a muffled sound, and the chuffing isn't clear. And Shays, like these, that had 3 pistons, for every 1 rotation of the drive shaft, there should be 6 chuffs. And with it being smaller pistons and everything, it should be a pretty silent chuff. Like usually when you're watching videos of Shays going along, you don't always hear every single chuff. It's usually pretty quiet, or you might hear like every other one, so it sounds like it's only 3 chuffs per rotation. But right now I do have it set so that way it's getting not many chuffs per rotation, but it just sounds really garbled. So we're going to try replacing the speaker that's in there right now that doesn't have a really great baffle box or anything. We're going to try replacing it with a couple of these sugar cubes, because I've been seeing and hearing really good things about those. and I'm hoping that it turns out a lot better than that. So here you can see I have that speaker out of the coal bunker. It's not a great baffle job or anything. I just had these little cork sort of sticky baffle things right there that you can stick. So if you're going to put this speaker onto a surface and you wanted it to stay there. And I just had this little piece of styrene there that I stuck onto the back to try and enclose it. So it works, but it's not enough of a space, I think, to make it sound good, and especially for how tight this is. I just couldn't make a really good, nice box for it. So I'm hoping that these Sugar Cube speakers will do the trick. I can't remember if the hole is there already, but I just ran these speakers up through a hole there in the bottom of the bunker. If not, I drilled that. Either way, that's how I have the speaker wires running. And I even added the speaker wires. They have a little plug underneath there, and the wires run in between this rear water tender and that coal bunker, and that way if I need to disconnect everything I can, and I don't have to worry about cutting and reattaching wires in that way. I got the old baffle taken off. I'm just waiting for the soldering iron to heat up so I can take off these leads and then get ready to solder on the new speakers. But if you want more details about how to do that, look up the Soundtraxx videos. They've been doing their own videos on their own channel, and they have some excellent stuff talking about how to wire up these speakers, whether you want to do it in sequence or in parallel. And today we're going to be doing them in sequence, I believe. I think that's how they recommend doing it. And the economy that's in there, it was cool because I have the Steam version, and the Steam economy came with the light steam sounds and the medium and the heavy steam, and also the geared steam. And so of course I have this decoder set for the geared steam sound, since obviously we have a geared steam engine. And I'm just hoping that these new speakers will do the trick and really make it so that chuffing sounds a little clearer and better, and maybe just the sound overall will improve in quality. Alright, I was just getting everything set up. I went ahead and used some of this flux that I just barely got. I've never used flux before for soldering, but I think it's going to make life a lot easier in the future. I got this because this is what they use over at Soundtraxx when they're doing stuff. Chip Quick SMD 291, and I just applied a little bit onto the ends of the wires that I'm going to be soldering, and then I put some solder on my soldering iron, touched it to there, and it flowed right into the wires, right where it was supposed to be. So now it's time to get those speakers wired up. Alright, I'm by no means an expert, but that flux definitely made life easier for soldering in these speakers. I guess I should say the economy that's in there is the Eco 100, which is their smaller version, kind of the same size and shape as the new Tsunami 2 1100s. So it actually, I guess, only has like a 1 amp amplifier, and they really only recommend putting 2 speakers in if you're using a 2 amp, or 2 watt amplifier, I should say, or something like that. Yeah, 2 watt amplifier. But we're gonna see how this works. I'll hook it up to the power now and we'll see. All right, let's see how she does. Already you can hear the bassiness in the speakers. You get so much of the lower, deeper tone. Let's have it come back towards us. I might have to turn the speakers down because it gets a little muffled because of how loud it is. I am so happy with the improvement that those speakers have added. Well, there you have it, folks. That's my Bachmann Shay, now with cube speakers. I am really happy with the sound that those speakers put out, and in the future I might just look at adding those to more builds, even if I can fit bigger singular speakers, because those twin cube speakers have a great sound to them. Well, hopefully this video is informative to you. If you want to see more videos like this in the future where I'm working on trains, comment down below. If you have this model and you want to do something like this to it, comment below and let me know what you've done to your model or what future things you have planned for your models. Hopefully this was helpful to you or informative or just entertaining, and I wish you all the best. If you're interested in seeing some more videos like this, subscribe, like the video, leave a comment down below. I appreciate it, and I hope you have a great day.